to everybody. Blank slate. Right? But if you're AB positive, who can you get blood from? AB positive can get blood from everybody, right? AB positive. No antibodies whatsoever, right? Any questions on that? All right, so now this is the part that gets confusing. Right? So you're going to use that knowledge, right? That knowledge of how this works, and how agglutination works, and how antibodies bind to their antigens, right? You're going to use that to now determine unknown blood types. Right? You have to determine this person's blood type right away. Right? They came in for an accident in a blood transfusion, you got to know what they are. Right? So I'm going to use this to determine that. Right? Now how this is going to work, there were little well plates here. Each well plate corresponds to our unknown blood types, right? So our unknown individuals. Notice that each well has a mark next to it, A, B, or RH. What you guys are going to do is you're going to come over here, grab your blood sample, and these are synthetic, right? But pretend like they weren't, you would have gloves on and all kinds of other things. And you would carefully add 2 drops of that blood type into each well. And again, try to keep all 4 separate, right? So that there's no mixing and you don't get confused. So 2 drops of blood into each well. Now, besides this, we also have known antiserum. Known antiserum. All this is basically plasma from a source that has been that has had all of the clotting proteins removed, right? Because that's what serum is, and has antibodies in it. So this is our anti-A serum, meaning it has anti-A antibodies, right? This is our anti-B serum, which contains anti-B antibodies. And this is our anti-RH or anti-D serum, which has anti-D antibodies. These you're going to add specifically to their corresponding well. Again, 2 drops. Once you add all of the reagents in toothpicks, you gently move it around. Don't use the same toothpick for all the wells. So now, considering that, we have our well plate. We have our well plate. You add your blood. And then you add the corresponding antiserum. And after you mix, you start seeing this. And then nothing happens here. So you get agglutination here, and then you don't observe any change in the last well. Based on what you added, based on what you know, what has to be this person's blood type? AB negative. Right? AB negative. Because remember, you're adding this unknown blood. But then you're adding known antibodies. You're adding this part. So you're basically adding the antibody. Right? If its antigen is there, it's going to bind. Right? Sorry. It's okay. Right? So keep that in mind. You're adding the antibody. This is not happening in here. Don't get confused with this. Right? This is happening in a little well plate. And you're adding the antibody. So if those antibodies actually find their antigens, they're going to agglutinate. And in order for those antigens to be in that blood, that means that person was that blood type or is that blood type. Does that make sense? Right? Because those antigens aren't just going to magically appear, right? So AB, and we didn't see any agglutination here, so that means what? the antigen was not present on this person's blood. So that when you added the antibody, you didn't have anything to bind to. Right? What if none of them clot? Or you don't see any agglutination in any of these? O positive or O negative? O negative, right? Because again, if it doesn't clot, the antigen wasn't present. What if we get this? Which one? What is it? A positive. What if? Let me see that. Oh, positive, right? You get the idea. Last resort, if you're still not getting it for now, wherever it agglutinates, that's what it is. You can think about it that way, if you're not picturing this in your mind yet. And then come and see me. I'll explain it again. Otherwise, just keep in mind what happens when these guys mix. Any questions? Comments, concerns? So that's up here.